Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I've got a great one for you. Listen, we're going to be breaking down my Robinhood investing portfolio. Now, I've been using Robinhood for a number of years now. If you followed me early on in my YouTube days, it was where I was exclusively investing. Now I'm kind of breaking out different strategies and different applications. I'll talk about that a little bit in this video. But in today's video, really wanted to break down what it kind of looks like within the Robinhood app. What is my sort of strategy here that I'm doing in terms of investing within Robinhood? And then just give you a quick update because it has been quite some time since the last time I made a video like this. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so as you can see right off the bat, we're up to $70,370 in the Robinhood application. Now, this probably would be a little bit higher if I wasn't also saving for another down payment. As you guys know, I'm into real estate. I kind of bought this duplex that ruined my life for about 2 years. Finally got it under check. It was rented out real nice. I actually now am working in the downstairs unit, but we're looking to move out and kind of get more rental properties here in the future. As part of that, obviously you got to save a lot of money, 20% about what I'm looking for a down payment on a new property. So that's really where I've been hustling a lot of my money. But in the background, I always want to make sure that I'm staying investing. So I'll share with you guys exactly what I've been doing on that front. And if you look at the investment strategy within Robinhood, there's a couple different approaches that I have. So the first thing I'm going to go over is my Roth IRA. One quick note on this Roth IRA within Robinhood investing. It has actually been carried over from M1 Finance. So the results that we've seen on how much we've made in this Roth IRA are also skewed because that data, the stats that I had from M1 Finance, they didn't translate over into Robinhood super well. So there is some discrepancy there, but the return is actually higher than what you're seeing. Now, this is something that I think is very important to max out every single year if you are eligible to do that. Most of you watching this video probably are, but basically this is going to grow tax-free, and then I'm going to be able to retire and use all of the funds in here without paying any penalties on it or taxes or anything like that. So it's super solid, but within this account, literally only making 2 different investments in here. And I've talked about this on multiple videos. Let's just look at the growth of it, right? So over the past week, it is up $263. I hate that this is blocking the top. There we go. Over the past month, it's up 2%, $687. Wow, the interface, the new update on this app kind of sucks right here. I'm like realizing that. If I look at the past 3 months, dude, okay, this will be good. 3 months, we're up 5.43%, close to, $2,000. Year to date, we are up $2,396, and 1 year up $3,305. Now, don't worry, these aren't like insane results compared to what the market is doing. There's a couple different reasons for that. Mainly the strategy within this Roth IRA is these 2 investments here: SCHD, which focuses on dividends, and VTI, which kind of traces the market. Now, if I go into SCHD, this one's like one of my favorite investments just because of the dividends that it pays. But as you'll notice over the past year, it's actually been pretty stagnant. It is down 0.89%. At least that's what it appears to look like within the application. Now, you have to keep remembering that every time you get a dividend payment, it's not factored into what this price is here and the total return that I have on it. Robinhood doesn't do a great job at tracking that. You can see the total return is just up 9.27%. If I scroll down, we can go into the history and you can see the different dividend payments that end up coming in. I'm going to go ahead and sort this by dividends here. And just like that, you can see that every time I get a dividend payment, it's automatically reinvested, hence why it says reinvested right there on the screen. And then it's been going up and up every single time. So this is up to $120 when I'm getting paid. I think it's, quarterly with this, and that's just reinvested. So the next payment that I do receive will be higher than that $120. It just keeps that compound interest gaining, the snowball rolling. And every time that happens, like, it's just a free paycheck that's completely passive income that I've done nothing extra for, just put money into the stock market, and now I'm getting paid for that. So that's pretty cool. I made a video not too long ago on whether or not I think it's worth investing in SCHD, and I've been weighing my options with this one. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Is this part of your portfolios, or do you think it's time to kind of take a different approach with this stuff? Now, if I go into VTI, this one's been killing it. If I look at the past week, it's up about 2%, past month 3%, past 3 months 8%, year to date this bad boy's up 10%, and then over the past year we're up a staggering 19%. This one is kind of carrying the weight of what the growth looks like in this portfolio. You can see the total return is $4,230, up 31%. Now again, this one also pays dividends, but it's nowhere near the same amount that I'm receiving for something like SCHD that focuses on it. You can see it's less than half, so $48. Same exact plan. I still reinvest all of that stuff as it comes in. Basically just a little bit of a different approach. One is focusing on kind of income, one is focusing on growth, and I have both of those as a part of the strategy within within the Roth IRA here. So it's kind of cool to see that. That's what I try to focus on. I've already maxed the contributions, you can see, and I got the match from Robinhood Investing, $210. Super, super solid. If you guys aren't using Robinhood Gold, it is literally worth it just from the match that you get for the IRA if you're maxing that out. So I highly, highly recommend that if you want to check it out. Now let's get over into the investing tab of this portfolio. Now this one's been interesting. It's kind of fluctuated a bunch, my strategy with it anyways, but this one is absolutely killing it right now. So over the past day, it was actually negative week, nothing too crazy there. Same with the month, but over the past 3 months, we're up close to 9%. Year to date, 14.26%. 1 year up 22%. So it's looking really solid. You can see my buying power here is about $500. Now, if I take a quick look at this, as I scroll down, you can see there's crypto here. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I've got all these different stocks and ETFs, and my strategy has been kind of weird lately. I got to like really hone in and lock in on what I want to do. I've got this sorted probably by my equity in them. And you can see as it goes down, there's less and less equity. Robinhood actually just gained some solid traction on the stock market, so I got to move that one back up. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sort this by total return, and you can see the dollar values coming in. QQQ pretty solid, up $770. Microsoft 1,100. AbbVie is up 900. Again, a lot of these will pay dividends like AbbVie does, so that's not even factored into that price there, which is really, really cool to see. Same strategy, just reinvest any of the dividends that come in. I've got Meta in here, Amazon, Robinhood. This is kind of more veering into the growth territory lately. I've got Realty Income in here, there, and that's up $146, but that's a monthly dividend payer. A lot of people know and love that one. Only a couple of these are actually in the negative for all-time investments. And you can see I didn't take my own advice. I went into GameStop a while back, and I just haven't cut my losses there quite yet, down 34%. And that's probably the worst investment in this portfolio that I've now made. What I'm doing currently, as I've been saving for a down payment and doing all these different things, well, first off, in my Roth IRA, every single day I invest in SCHD and VTI just to hit the max of $7,000 for the year. Same thing's going to happen next year. I'm just going to be investing to hit that match, but I might veer from SCHD a little bit here soon. I'm not entirely sure what my thoughts are around it quite yet. I'll make a video on that in the future. If I go back into my regular portfolio here, just into my taxable account, my strategy here has been to do weekly buy in 2 different categories. One, for a while, it was actually QQQ. That's why that investment had gone up for a little bit. The other one was I thought Robinhood was a really good buy-in opportunity. And so I've been dollar cost averaging for a while on that. If I click into Robinhood, you'll see over the past year, this thing is absolutely cranked up close to 500%. And this is something that I kind of am kicking myself in the back for a little bit, just because I knew I wanted to invest in it earlier and I just didn't prioritize it because I was saving so much for the house. Now I'm up about 30%, so it's kind of quick money on this one. It's pretty high prices right now, $117. My average cost is sub 100. It's $92.65. So that's looking pretty good. I actually am continuing to do this, and I've been investing in Robinhood in some of my other accounts as well. So I've actually got a pretty sizable return on this. Now I got to do other review videos, opening up my public investing app, opening my Moomoo investing app, and all the other ones that I'm using too, which has different strategies, but some of them do have overlapping investments. So it gets a little bit confusing at times, but this again, primarily is just focusing on Robinhood here. Now, lastly, I'm also doing the $100 every single week into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has also been one that has taken off for me, as it has for a lot of investors for a while now. I'm up 32% on this account in particular. Now, I do hold more Bitcoin just in cold storage. I don't have all of it right in here. I like taking it off the platform just to have, have it be secure a little bit here and not have everything tied digitally. But in this portfolio, I do dollar cost average. I do invest $100 into it every single week, and it is up 32%, around $1,100. So overall, the returns on these are looking quite nice. This is the highest performing, I think, of my main investment accounts here in Robinhood, which is super nice. So in making this video, I've kind of noticed that I need to have a more drilled down strategy within the Robinhood investing app, because I've veered from dividend investing to growth to a mixture of both to all these different things, and I really want to hunker down and lock lock in on one specific strategy. That way it's ultra clear on this channel what we're going after and sort of the results that we've been seeing. Now, I've been excited at different investment opportunities, but at the same time, I've been just stock holding cash, just trying to have as much as possible. So I'm going to be able to set myself in the best position for that next property I was mentioning before. It's probably going to come at the beginning of next year-ish is the time frame that I'm kind of looking at for that. I got a lot of other stuff going on in between now and then, but pretty soon here, I should be able to start throwing more money into the market. Probably going to be using Robinhood for that. We'll see this account hopefully jump and close close to $100,000 by the end of the year. We'll be charting that. The other thing is I started a series where I've been investing every single dollar that I spend on non-necessities right back into those companies that I'm actually buying from. And that's going to be a really interesting series to follow along with. If you want to check that out, here's the launch video right here. I really appreciate you checking out this video. Please leave a comment, any thoughts you have. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Thank you for checking it out, and have a great day.